you mentioned the Eagles being a smart organization, and I totally would agree with that. Although I am wondering what the hell is going on right now.
They're a very smart. They're an A student who just had a D- test. Who just
right.
who just blew a test. But I still think they're a smart organization. It's just they're on a really bad run right now.
Well, I'm sure you saw what Mort was reporting, that Jeffrey Lurie has put his considerable thumb on the scale to say, I want Jalen Hurts to win this job. I don't want a quarterback competition. I want this guy. And the question is why with Nick Sirianni, not with the guy that you won a Super Bowl with? I mean, why entrust this crucial decision to somebody who's never done it before rather than the guy who knows the city and knows everything? And also then what the hell happened in the fourth quarter of that game? Was it really tanking for draft position? And then why would you bring in a guy from the Colts organization that can fix Wentz technically, and then send Wentz to the guy that is from your organization now at the Colts to help fix Wentz? I just don't. None of this adds up, Peter. None of it. So I'm trying to figure it out.
When the Eagles were interviewing, and when they were down to Nick Sirianni and Josh McDaniels for their final two candidates for that job, part of the interview was not, we are trading Carson Wentz. That because obviously that happened a month or so. There was time between the time they hired the coach and they made the Wentz decision. So I think that there were probably meetings and things said between the two sides, Wentz and his people, and then Howie Roseman and the people at the Eagles, that basically the Eagles viewed that it was an untenable situation. And look, I think that the Eagles, quite honestly, I think there's part of the organization, and I mean, obviously they're not still in shock, but, at the end of this season, when they realized, my God, we might move on from the quarterback and the head coach who 8 months ago we were sure would be the quarterback and the head coach of our team for the next 5, 7, 10 years.
Right.
They were joined at the hip to be long-term. They were going to be Andy Reid and McNabb, and even better than that, and longer than that. And so I think there's still a little bit of a shock that it came to that point, both with the head coach and with Wentz. And I don't think it says very good things about Carson Wentz, quite honestly. I think that when you get punched in the face, you need to get up and punch somebody back. And I just think that Wentz's response to significant adversity was to say, I want out, instead of, I'll show you. I mean, what does Tom Brady say in 2014 when they take Jimmy Garoppolo in the second round to be their quarterback of the future? You know what he says? I'll show you. This guy's not even getting off the bench. And for the most part, he didn't. And Brady, in the next 4 years, in the 4 years that Garoppolo was in New England, he won two Super Bowls and an MVP. And what did Aaron Rodgers do when they took Jordan Love? He said, I'll show you what's going to happen with Jordan Love. He's going to sit on the bench for the next 3.5 years, and then you're going to trade him just like the Patriots did with Garoppolo. But, I'm just telling you, I don't understand why you've been hurt twice early in your career. You're Carson Wentz. You've been hurt twice. And your team no longer has the guy who puts on the Superman cape to go save the season in Nick Foles. You've got Nate Sudfeld and Josh McCown and whoever. But with the Philadelphia Eagles, I'll argue this till the day I die. The backup quarterback, when Carson Wentz is your starter, the backup quarterback is a top 10 most important player on your team. You need a quarterback who can come in and save your season if, again, Carson Wentz goes down with an injury. And I do not understand anybody thinking, well, they drafted Jalen Hurts to be their quarterback. They never drafted him to be their quarterback over Carson Wentz. Not until Carson Wentz talked his way out of town.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.